Let's be real, if you've ever gotten that rejection email, you know how much it can sting. It's just demoralizing. But what if I told you that feeling isn't the end of the story? In fact, we're going to explore how that very rejection could become your single greatest advantage. So let's flip the script on this whole experience, starting right now. Okay, I want to start with a number. Just one number, 3%. According to a whole bunch of industry data, that is the average rate at which job applicants right now get an invitation for an interview. So if you've sent out what feels like 100 applications and all you're hearing is crickets, you're not going crazy. You are definitely not alone. And the first and honestly the most important thing to really let sink in is this. The 3% has absolutely nothing to do with your value, your skills, or your potential. It's so easy to start questioning yourself after a rejection, but you have to remember this isn't about you, the person. It's not a judgment of your worth. What you're up against is, well, it's just the new reality of the job market. People call it the application black hole, and it's created by these things called applicant tracking systems, or ATS. Get this, research shows that 98% of resumes get automatically filtered out by these bots, usually for something as simple as not having the right keywords before a human being even lays eyes on them. So you're not failing a test of your abilities, you're just trying to navigate a crazy statistical maze. Okay, so if it's all just a numbers game, why does it feel so personal? Why does it hurt so much? We got to get into the psychology here, because understanding why rejection feels like a punch to the gut is the very first step to getting over it. Turns out our brains are basically hardwired to compare. It's called social comparison theory, and it just means we have this built-in need to figure out where we stand by looking at what everyone else is doing. And you know what pours gasoline on that fire? Social media. Platforms like LinkedIn are like a highlight reel of everyone else's promotions and successes, which just amplifies that instinct and makes us compare our messy, behind-the-scenes reality with their perfectly curated wins. And this quote it nails it, doesn't it? You are an original. You have a combination of experiences and skills and dreams that is completely unique to you. The second you start measuring your unique journey against someone else's highlight reel, you're not just being unfair to yourself, you're basically hiding your own value from yourself. It's a game you literally can't win.
Now, for some of us, this pain goes even deeper. There's something called rejection-sensitive dysphoria, or RSD. It's a neurological thing where even the idea of being rejected can trigger this massive emotional response. We're not talking about just being disappointed. We're talking about a feeling of shame so overwhelming, it can feel like actual physical pain. It's really common for people with ADHD, and it's so important to know it's not a character flaw, it's a real brain response.
So how do we actually fight back against these feelings, whether they're mild or totally overwhelming? Well, we can steal a technique from cognitive behavioral therapy. When a rejection hits and that automatic thought pops up, you know the one, I'm not good enough, you have to consciously stop and challenge it. The goal is to replace it with a more balanced reframe, something like, okay, this one wasn't the right fit. Or even better, what can I learn from this? You're basically shifting from a place of judgment to a place of curiosity. And that little technique, it's the gateway to a much bigger, much more powerful new mindset. This isn't just about coping with the pain of one rejection. This is about completely changing your entire relationship with the idea of failure itself. I want you to really let this one sink in. It's from Nelson Mandela. I never lose, I either win or learn. When you truly adopt this as your mantra, setbacks are fundamentally transformed. A rejection isn't a dead end anymore. It's just a part of the process. You start to see that there are no actual losses, only outcomes. You either get the win, which is great, or you get a lesson, which gives you the exact information you need to win the next time. And hey, it's not just Mandela. Think about this classic from Thomas Edison. The genius of this is the perspective shift. He didn't see thousands of failures. He saw thousands of successful experiments that told him what not to do, which got him one step closer to what would work. Every single no was actually progress. Because at the end of the day, that's all failure is. It's just data. Every single rejection, every misstep, it contains incredibly valuable information. It's showing you what's working and what isn't. It forces you to check your assumptions, to change up your strategy, and sometimes it points you in a completely new direction you never would have found otherwise. Okay, we've got the mindset down, we're ready for the practical tools. Think of this next part as your personal training montage. You know, the part in the movie where the hero gets to work. These are the actionable steps you can take to turn all that feedback and data into fuel for your big comeback. Think of this as your emergency plan for the exact moment that thanks, no thanks email lands in your inbox. Step 1, self-care, immediately. Don't just sit there and stew. Get up, take a walk, put on your favorite song, change your physical state. Step 2, reframe. Actually say it out loud. This wasn't the right fit for me. Third, learn. After the initial sting wears off, ask yourself, okay, what could I do better next time? And step 4, this is the most important one, act. Right then, schedule your next application. Do one small thing that moves you forward. It stops that feeling of paralysis dead in its tracks. And to break out of that social comparison trap we talked about, here are 3 super simple but powerful things you can do. First, literally make a list of your accomplishments. Remind yourself what you're good at. Second, practice gratitude. It actively shifts your brain's focus from what you think you're lacking to what you actually have. And third, a bit of a counterintuitive one, celebrate other people. Congratulate a friend on their new job. It pulls you out of your own head and builds real connection. Now, if you take only one thing away today, I want it to be this question. This should become your new default response to any setback. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? That one tiny shift turns every challenge, every rejection into a chance to grow, and it puts you right back in the driver's seat. All right, let's bring all of this home. Your new mission, should you choose to accept it, is to stop seeing the job search as this desperate hunt for a paycheck and start seeing it for what it really is, a journey of personal and professional growth. And a huge piece of that mission starts right here with this critical reframe. Most of us think of our resume as a self-portrait, right? It's a summary of our entire professional identity. And so when it gets rejected, it feels like we are being rejected. But it's not a self-portrait. Your resume is a marketing document. That's it. Its only job is to show a company that you are the solution to a specific problem they have. And when you can shift your mindset from please judge my worth to, hey, let me show you how I can solve your problem, everything changes. The pressure just evaporates and your confidence starts to build. So I'll leave you with this final thought. That last rejection, that last setback you had, that thing you called a failure, it wasn't a loss. It was a lesson, gift wrapped in a crappy package. The only question left is, what are you going to learn from it?